Hi, it's Diana Marchand from dianamarchand.com and welcome to this video. I want to show you quickly. I'm going to show you some of my yam and buckwheat wrap. I've put the recipe many times on my website, my Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives. So make sure you are a part of that, okay? And so what I have got here is I mixed my batter. The batter consists of buckwheat. These are some buckwheat grouts. Do not buy kashi. Buy the raw buckwheat grouts. They're kind of beigey, light green. And there's seed. Actually, there's no wheat in them. And then, of course, some cooked yam. Here's some leftover cooked yam. And I grind the buckwheat in my NutriBullet. And there's some ground buckwheat. I store it in jars in my cupboard so that I'm always ready with ground buckwheat. And then you need, so I got my yam, I got my buckwheat that is ground, and then 1 egg and almond milk. And make sure you get the almond milk from a grocery store instead of making your own. It won't work if you make your own. You can use regular milk, whatever, but make sure it's some sort of milk like that. I use the Silk almond milk. And then you can add some salt. This is Himalayan salt. And you need a frying pan. You need a non-stick. Now, I'm using a non-stick, which I don't like, but my ceramic pan, which is great, the ceramic ones, I'd highly suggest get the ceramic ones, is kind of gonzo right now. It's kind of, I bought a cheap one. Don't buy a cheap one, buy a good one. Didn't last. So anyways, I put a bit of oil. All I have right now is coconut oil. I usually use grapeseed oil. Coconut oil, I put some in the pan, heated it up. So I'm just putting the pan back on the oven. Medium to high, okay? So you want to heat the pan first. The oil's in there. You don't need a lot of oil, a non-stick pan. And then, I think at one time, so this is the size of the pan. Like it's a regular frying pan size. There it is. And then I think it's about a 1/4 cup about. So I mixed the yam, the ground buckwheat, the egg, the milk. So 1/2 cup of yam, 1/2 cup of ground buckwheat, about a cup of milk, and 1 egg, 1 large egg I had in here. Now, about a 1/4 cup in here into the pan. I'm not sure, like I said. I pour, I know, and it takes practice. So I'm just pouring in, might not even be. Right away, you pick up the pan and you turn it. Because you want to spread that batter. If you don't, it's going to stay and get really thick. So you see, I spun the pan a bit, turned it around, and now I have it nice and flat here. So it takes a little bit to get these right, because sometimes you do them too thick, sometimes too thin, sometimes the pan's too hot, right? So that's just what I wanted to kind of show you. It's super easy, but it takes lifting and turning the pan. And it does take some sort of a non-stick pan, and like I said, I highly recommend a ceramic one. These non-stick ones, this is an old pan, are not good, and I don't like using it tonight. But make sure you get a good ceramic one or a non-stick one you have. And here is one made already. This is my first one. See how they turn out? And they turn out a little different every time. The first one I find is a little doughy, but anyways. And then you can fill them and stuff them with anything you want. Roll them up and they're great. You can eat them like a flatbread. You can eat them like pita bread. You can eat them like, you know, the naan bread with lentils or with anything you want. They're completely gluten-free and dairy-free. And if you want to try making them without the egg, you can do the water, buckwheat. You might try almond milk too. It might work. Water, buckwheat, a bit of salt, and a bit of oil. And then you're going to make a thick batter. And then you're going to roll that batter in between parchment paper or something flat, and then try frying it. I haven't tried it yet. I want to try that next for me. That's going to be my next thing to try. So for vegans, try that one. Leaving out the egg. But the ground buckwheat itself, and you need the raw buckwheat, not the cashew, right? Okay, I wanted to show you about, I'm eating them, about flipping it. These actually take a little while to cook on both sides. It's surprising. So if you go to try to flip it and it sticks, it's not ready to be flipped yet. When it is ready to be flipped, I'll show you. You can lift it very easily, and you just flip it over. I don't know if you can see it. And it's a nice kind of golden color. I'll just hold it up a bit. And it should hold together. There. Perfect, eh? Once you get the hang of these and make them, you will absolutely love them. So that is my video on how to make them. Like I said, it's super easy, high speed, NutriBullet, blend it up so it's nice and smooth. I'll show you the consistency here. That's a good consistency. I get it too thick sometimes, but like that. You don't want it too runny though. So, but if it's too runny, you can always add just a little bit more ground buckwheat, right? Give it a try and experiment with it. Have fun. And I would love to see it. If you want to post on Women Creating Healthy Lives, my Facebook page. If you're not a part of that Facebook page, please go there. It's about healthy living and eating for women over 40. I also have lots of YouTube videos. Diana Marchand, my website, dianamarchand.com, where I have some free trainings for you. Click under free for you. And of course, you can find out more about my programs. Take care. Bye.